What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 1 of The Last Lap. Now I can already hear a few of you saying, what is The Last Lap? So The Last Lap is our new YouTube show where we're going to be basically looking at all things to do with motorsport here in the UK. So a few weeks ago I put some feelers out to see if there are any teams that were interested in having someone come and make a little film about them, and I was contacted by a guy called Andrew. Now, Andrew runs the Scottish Legends Cars Championship and has done for quite a number of years, but he also runs the Knockhill Legends experience over at Knockhill Racing Circuit in Fife. And he said, well, instead of just coming and filming us, why don't you come and have a shot and see what you think? So that's exactly what we did. My name's Harry, this is The Last Lap, let's go see what happened. So, what is a legend car? Well, we're going to hear a little bit more about that in a bit, but for now, all you really need to know is that it has a tubular chassis, a Yamaha motorcycle engine and gearbox at the front, and rear wheel drive at the back. Now, these cars are loved across the board by drivers and fans alike because they're basically all the exact same. You're not allowed to modify anything. So they provide really great, spectacular, close racing. This is the number 68 car that we would be driving. We just had about enough time to set up our cameras and familiarise ourselves a little bit with the car before we headed out on track. Another thing that we'd have to do before we could go out on track was we'd get a briefing from Daryl, who you can see standing on the left. Daryl was really informative, really helpful, taught us lots about how to drive the car, and when I eventually did get out, there wasn't anything that he had told me that wasn't of some kind of value.
Experience.
Great.
Obviously, it's a little bit wet out there, it's a little bit damp. Be gentle, be careful.
Right, okay.
Once you get in these cars, guys, you'll see you've got 4 pedals.
Right, okay, I did wonder.
Accelerator, brake, clutch.
Right, 2 brakes?
Ignore the big brake.
Right.
Forget about that. Alright. You're not going to use that. It's left foot braking.
Right,
Too
okay.
complicated to tell you how to use it.
Yeah,
so forget that. Just basically drive it just like a normal car. Okay? You'll see now 2 lights on the dash. It's telling me the gearbox is in neutral.
Right.
Okay? Now it's a clutch for every gear change up and down the box.
Yeah.
Okay? So before on the clutch, forward for first.
First
You'll
gear.
see that it's lit the first light up.
Uh-huh.
Tell it's in first gear. Foot on the clutch, back for second. It'll override neutral and go straight into your second gear.
Okay.
Foot on the clutch, back for third, clutch back for fourth, clutch back for fifth. Same as going down the box, clutch down to fourth, clutch down to third. Okay? If for any reason you miss a gear, okay, like you're going from first to second, it to second, never go back down the box. Keep trying to get in second gear.
Okay.
Same as going from fifth to fourth, if it won't go to fourth, go back to fifth, try down for fourth.
Okay.
Alright? Nice and smooth gear changes, the smoother you have with the car will give you more.
Right.
Alright? Once you head down the pit lane, okay, you get to the, obviously, wait at the red light, wait for it to turn green. Turns green, join the circuit. You get to your first corner, you should be up at fourth gear.
Okay.
Now for your first couple of laps, take it nice and easy, okay? Get your lines, get a feel for the braking, feel for the gear changes, okay? So it's fourth gear at the first corner, fourth gear all the way around to Clark's. Once you come out of Clark's, right round the corner, make sure you're steering straight before you bring the power in.
Okay.
Once you bring the power in, bring it in nice and gently, then gear up to fifth.
Okay.
Fifth down the back straight, all the way down to the hairpin. Get all your braking, gearing done down to third gear. Okay, nice and easy again around the hairpin. Straighten up to fourth, up to fifth. Okay, back down again for your fourth, for the first corner. Alright, if for any reason you have any issues on track, okay, pull the car to a nice safe place. Okay, stay in your car, unless it's an emergency you need to get out. Stay in your car, stay with your helmet on, stay with your harness on.
Briefing done, we headed down to the pit lane, but we still weren't quite ready to go out on track. Like I said before, these are purpose-built race cars and they're not for the faint of heart. So before we went out in the Legend, we went out for a few laps with an instructor in a Civic Type R. Now, this was something that was actually quite a pleasant surprise for me because I've been a massive Honda fan for years and years and I've never driven one of these new turbocharged Civics. And I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised. The front end grip from this car was absolutely unbelievable, and you know, the instructor was telling me, put the foot down, come on, get on the power coming out of the corner, and I was genuinely staggered at how early he was telling me to get on the power. I was so excited about it, to be honest, that we actually forgot to film any on-track footage of the Civic, so this is about all that we actually got. But nonetheless, a really welcome surprise, a really great experience, and yeah, I really enjoyed driving what is one of my favourite cars. So, briefing done, instruction done, it was time to get strapped into the Legend. Now, I've loved Legend cars for a really long time, so it was really exciting to finally be strapping into one and heading off down the pit. I was in fact so excited that you can see from this little bit of footage here that I actually forgot to look at the green light at the end of the pit lane. I was so focused on looking at the pit lane, pulling out of the pit straight, not stalling the car at the end of the pit lane. It really is, until you get into one of these cars, you don't realise just how much racing drivers have to think about, even just with something as simple as pulling out of the pit lane. So anyhow, now that we're on the way out, I'm going to be quiet now and just let you enjoy the sounds. Now, as you can see, I was taking it super easy on the first lap, because a legend car is not the kind of thing that you want to jump into and thrash straight away, especially not on a cold track with cold tyres and cold brakes. Now, having spent a lap just getting used to the car, figuring out what it would and wouldn't give me, as I rounded the final corner, I was ready to give it some wheeling. Wait, what? Oh no. What I thought had happened was that it had taken me basically less than a lap to break their car. Now, as it turned out, it was something that nobody had any control about. A tiny, tiny little connection on the coil pack had let go, and if you listen to this footage carefully, you can just hear the moment that it goes. So, after a quick tow back and another check of the car, something still wasn't quite right. It was popping and banging, and it just wasn't running as smoothly as it should, and it just wasn't quite happy. So with the race season starting in a couple of weeks, it was decided that this car would be taken back to be fettled for them, and I would strap myself onto the number 44 car for another go. So, attempt number 2, and I could tell driving down the pit lane just from the way the car felt that something had been not quite right with the other car, because this one felt perfect. Again, just taking it dead smooth down the pit lane, getting ready to head out. Again, I'm pretty sure I missed the light almost again here just because I was so overwhelmed with everything that was going on around me, but once I got out on track I felt really, really comfortable, and again it was just a case of warming everything up, getting used to the car. This car had a slightly longer brake pedal than the other one and also a slightly smaller steering wheel, so I just had to spend maybe another lap or so just getting the feel for it. So the first lap was pretty slow. Also you can see that I was kind of stuck behind this Civic instructor car and I didn't want to get in the way and upset their lap or anything like that, so I just kind of hung back and waited for them to let me pass, which they eventually did just as we came over the street. You can see me pulling over to the right here, and that was because I spotted a Civic
coming up behind me quite quickly. Now the Type R's are a lot faster than a Legend in a straight line, so you do have to be wary of traffic coming up behind you. So this is another quite a slow lap, because again I was just warming the car up, getting a feel for everything, getting a feel for the track. So we're going to skip forward now to about my 4th lap in, and you can see straight away that I'm already pushing a lot harder. Everything was up to temperature and the car felt really good, and I felt like with each lap I was gaining confidence, I was gaining knowledge, and I was being able to extract more from the car. And what Daryl had told me in the briefing about the smoother you were with the car, the more it would give you, was absolutely true. You know, you can see here that I was getting on the power nice and early at Clark, and the car was perfectly okay with it. Clark's quite a funny corner because it's over the crest of a hill, so there was a small snap of understeer, but it just felt totally catchable, and I was quite happy for it to do that. Again, now coming down into the hairpin, I left my braking quite late here, but again, down the box really easily. The sequential gearbox was really fun, and I really enjoyed using it, and it makes changing gear just that little bit more fun than a H-Power. So this was probably one of my fastest laps of the day. It was the lap that I was probably the happiest with. It wasn't perfect, but for me I think it was okay, so I'm just going to let you guys watch it. So by now I was really starting to feel confident, and you can see just how confident I was with the flick-overs there at the last corner, but unfortunately something inevitable was about to happen. Now, you can probably see from my reaction here coming into the pits just how excited I was at what I'd just done. When you come into the pits, you finally get to kind of think about what it is that you've just done and everything that's just happened, and everything slows back down again, and I was just absolutely ecstatic. It was just one of the most fun experiences I've ever had, one of the best cars I've ever driven. And I was so excited that you're about to see that I couldn't actually get my helmet off. I've taken my helmet off hundreds of times before, but I was genuinely just so buzzing that I couldn't actually undo the straps.
Oh mate, that was absolutely awesome. So quick. Sideways, frontways, everyways. Oh. What you don't realise when you watch these things racing is just the sensory overload of these cars. The noise, vibration, everything is absolutely unbelievable.
So that was the end of the day's track action. Unbelievable experience, really good fun. I really urge anybody who has a driving licence out there that's watching this to go book your own experience, go and see what it's like. It really is a great day out. Now I mentioned a little bit earlier on in the video that we were going to hear a little bit more about what a legend car is a wee bit further on. So we're going to do that now. I went and spoke to Andrew Donald, who told us all about how these cars first came to the UK and what makes them tick. So Andrew, you've been running these Legends cars up here for quite a while. Can you give us a bit of a rundown of what is a Legend car?
Yes, Harry, I've been doing it since 2015, I think it must have been 7 years now. I've been running it. Basically, the Legends race car started off in America from 600 Racing. It was built as an oval car originally to run on shale. It's got Yamaha XGR 1250 Yamaha motorcycle engine in it. Obviously, the engine's turned round. It's got the full transmission goes down the right hand side of the car. Reverse gearbox mounted there, going into a Toyota Celica half shaft back axle. About 140 on a good day, 150 brake horsepower. Car without driver weighing about half a ton. So yeah, you're talking quite a bit
lot
of
power to weight then.
And when your backside's 3 inches off the ground, it seems pretty damn quick, as you've just experienced.
Yeah, no, it definitely does feel quick. And how did you get involved in Legends to begin with?
It's a long story. I'll try and cut it short. I hired a car off of Valley Hunter, who ran the business before me, and I was hooked on it. Started racing back in 2005, helped out with him spannering weekends, and it's just Ali wanted to go different ways, and he offered me the business, and I couldn't refuse it. And yeah, it's gone from strength to strength.
Fantastic. And how many cars have you got for the first race meeting?
Well, we've got 18 registered so far, still a month to go. I'm hoping we'll be mid-20s, high 20s would be fantastic.
Excellent.
Back to the old days when we were running 32 cars with the touring cars. So yeah, we're getting there,
No, good. Well, I'm glad to see the championship's in good health, and thank you very much for today. It's been
My
absolutely
pleasure,
fantastic.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
Brilliant. So that's the end of the day here at Knockhill. It's been absolutely unbelievable to get a chance to drive one of these Legends cars. If any of you who are watching quite fancy it, I will leave a link to Knockhill's website in the description below, where you can book your own experience, you can come and have some fun. Massive thank you goes out to Andrew for preparing the car, Daryl for instructing us, and all the staff here at Knockhill for what's been a real great day. It's been absolutely awesome. That's it for now. Next we're going to be, well, we don't really know where we're going to be, but we've got lots of motorsport coming up. We're going to take you guys with us, and if you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and obviously share it with your friends, and we'll see you again soon.